Hi everyone, I hope you're well. I'm excited to show you my new cross stitch pattern which I purchased a few weeks ago, and I'm afraid that I gave in to the urge to start. So I thought I'd show you which one it was and what I think of it, and you can also take a look at the kit itself. So this is called Gracious Era by Maley, and it's, yes, a dimension pattern. It's part of the gold collection, and it looks to me like a Victorian scene or an Edwardian scene. I absolutely love historical fiction, so this for me is just right up my street. So the pattern is 16 inches by 10 inches, and did I actually start doing it? Well, I'm afraid so. So I'll just show you how far I've got. I have a little bit done already, but I am still very aware that I have other projects to finish as well, so I'm afraid it's going to have to go on the rotation list. I've actually got into the habit of doing this one at night time, which I find really quite relaxing, and it's much easier than a heaven and earth design on my brain, in terms of the fact that I don't have to look at such tiny stitches. I tend to use 25 count for my heaven and earth designs, and that really can be quite tiring if you go on for more than a couple of hours. So this one's quite nice and simple because it's on 16 count fabric, so it's nice and easy and not too difficult to see when it gets a bit later in the day. So the kit comes with all of its threads, so if you buy a dimensions kit they usually bring you all the threads like this. Now this is really nice the way they've tidied it all up here, and they've got all the threads hanging from this lovely cardboard piece here. The only problem I find is you'll take off one of these threads and then you can't put it back. So where do you put the thread once you've taken it off? So I've decided to use one of my storage boxes for that very thing. Now what I do is I don't kit up everything on the dimensions. What I'll do is I'll use the thread that I've picked, and then I will put it on one of these bobbins. So here I have one that I can show you, and I found an ingenious way of keeping that little sticker onto the bobbin and putting the symbol and the code. And these are all the other threads which aren't in use yet, but when I get round to them I will probably use some of these bobbins also. So it's really a good way to keep everything tidy. I've got everything here neatly sorted because that's just me. I like to sort through things, keep them nice and tidy. I actually have on the reverse side of this a photocopy of the chart, so will never use the original. I just think using the original is a bit of a shame because, well, if you make a mistake for instance and you mark off a stitch that you actually haven't done, it all starts to mess with your head a little bit. So always do photocopies of the chart on a piece of cardboard. The other thing that I saw to my surprise was the stitching key here doesn't have 6 strands of multiple threads. I'm excited about that too because I find it quite hard going using 6 strands. So it seems like for this particular design the maximum amount of threads you're going to use in a stitch is 3. That is what I have seen. It does have a few French knots, and there are plenty of half cross stitch as well as full cross stitch. There is some back stitch work, so not too difficult. And the symbols, you can actually have the same symbol in a different colour, so be careful of that. So here we have an E which has 2 strands, and here we always have an E which has 2 strands, but this E is in pink. So what I have actually done with my bobbins is I have drawn the symbol in the correct colour, because that will absolutely drive me crazy if I get mixed up with that. And I don't intend to be frogging anytime soon. That would really take my buzz away. So that is my first, this is as far as I've got. And as you can see, I'm working some half stitches up here in cream. I think they're looking very neat. I sometimes find using multiple threads they can laid down not very well, and there is something called a laying tool that you can use, which is just simply a little tool that you place underneath the thread as you go down, and it lays the threads correctly. So I'm really looking forward to doing some more of this, and I think this is going to be my nighttime project. It certainly looks like it's shaping up to be something that I will be relaxing with in the evenings. So there it is, the gorgeous Gracious Era by Maley. So tell me what you think. Have you done this design? Have you done any other sort of Victorian designs? I really love the whole feeling about this scene. So yeah, let me know, and thanks for watching.